Today we're talking about the Apache helicopter. This video is brought to you by Moose and his helicopter, the Help Wanted. And he wanted to give a shout out to the Alpha Company Archangels out of Camp Humphrey, South Korea. Like the Chinook, it is named after a Native American tribe. It is also operated by two men. But that is where their similarities end. Because while the Chinook may be extremely versatile, the Apache is meant for one thing and one thing only: disassembling bad guys. I like to call it Bob the Unbuilder, which is Bob spelled backwards. Now, why disassembling, you ask? Well, because this is the main gun sitting right underneath the cockpit. It is a 30mm chain gun. Now, I have no fucking idea what a millimeter is. We're gonna go with something a little bit more American. Now, as you can see here, a 30mm round is approximately one piece of uncooked bacon. And that gun is capable of shooting 650 bacon bullets per minute. And that's not even the scary part. They can connect the gun directly to the gunner's helmet, so where he looks, the gun points. Meaning all the gunner has to do is look at you and push a button. And then the next thing you don't know, you're showing up to the morgue in a body bag with a little note pinned to the front of it that says "some assembly required." Like you're a piece of IKEA furniture. An IKEA cadaver, if you will. And that's just the gun under the cockpit. It's also capable of carrying 8 Hellfire missiles and 38 Hydra rockets. And if you really upset them, they can use anti-personnel Hydra rockets, which are just rockets filled with 2,200 nails. How does it aim all the rockets? Oh, that little dome on top of the propeller is called the Fire Control Radar. It's capable of tracking 128 moving targets at once while actively engaging 16 of them. Meaning you could be behind it and it will still be hitting you with the Freedom fireworks. Now, having a lot of firepower is great, but how tough is it? It's basically a flying fucking tank. The cab surrounding the pilot and the gunner is armored to resist up to a 23mm round. Now, I'm not a fucking scientist, but if that's a 30mm round, then a 23mm round would be approximately 19-20 fists the size of a strip of uncooked bacon. Yeah, I don't need millimeters when I got bacon bits. Okay, so it's deadly and it's tough, but that doesn't mean shit if you can't be in the right place at the right time. It's a good thing it's equipped with 2 GE T700 turboshaft engines, giving it a top speed of 192 miles an hour and 3,800 horsepower. You have any idea how many ducks that is? According to the interwebs, 1 horsepower is equivalent to 131.2 water chickens worth of energy, giving Bob the Unbuilder nearly 500,000 quack bangs worth of speed. And if that wasn't enough unhealthcare, they also gave it the ability to remote connect to a UAV drone that was flying above, giving it the ability to see the entire battlefield and shoot more Hellfire missiles from the drone. In conclusion, the point I'm trying to get across to you is if you see Bob the Unbuilder overhead and you're a bad guy, you're about to become a giant 3D puzzle because you can't outrun it, you can't outgun it, and you can't hide from it. It is truly unhealthcare at its finest. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoy my content, maybe like to buy a shirt about it, there's a link for that in my bio right here. If you're not on TikTok, that link is in the video description. You can also find them at bunkerbranding.com. So until next time, thank you for your service. Quack bang out. Alright, I think this is my 99th video and somehow we have not talked about this yet. So, today we're talking about the most iconic helicopter of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, the Black Hawk. It is a twin-engine medium-lift helicopter crewed by 2 pilots and 2 crew chiefs, capable of lifting 8,000 pounds and has a max speed of 222 miles an hour. If you don't know how fast miles an hour are because your country didn't invent helicopters, or flight as a whole, really, or cell phones for that matter, or the internet, or really all of the transatlantic communication cabling, the Panama Canal, machine guns. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, if your country's never been to the moon because you use a metric system, it's like 357 kilometers an hour. I'm trying to tell you it's pretty strong and it's pretty fast, but by far and away its greatest attribute is the fact that it is the most versatile helicopter of all time. With over 50 variants, there is quite literally a Black Hawk for everything. You need to bring good guys to the battlefield? There's a Black Hawk for that. You need to erase bad guys off the battlefield? There's a Black Hawk for that. You need to do a combination of both? There's also a Black Hawk for that. You want to strategically transfer some equipment to an alternate location? The Black Hawk can do that too. You need to lay fucking mines. There is a Black Hawk for that. This helicopter can literally do fucking everything. Obviously, I don't have enough time in like a 3 to 5 minute video to cover all 50 variants, so I'm just gonna highlight some of my personal favorites. All right, so to start off, we'll hit the most common troop transport. In addition to the 4 crew members, it can carry up to 11 grunts fully kitted up and ready for battle, and utilizing a technique known as fast roping that can put these grunts pretty much anywhere. On the battlefield, on top of a roof, on a fucking boat, why not? I'm trying to tell you, if the grunts are in a Black Hawk, they're not gonna try. They're gonna reach you about your car's extended warranty. And that's just if you're dealing with a couple of Black Hawks. You might be dealing with an entire air assault operation from the 101st, where they come over the horizon with 50 of them. Why does this look so familiar? I've seen this somewhere. Moving on to the next one, the DAP, which stands for Direct Action Penetrator. Pretty simple concept, they just filled it with guns. This thing can carry up to 16 Hellfire missiles, Stinger air-to-air missiles, Hydra rocket pods, as well as guns on the arms that the pilots can fire. Then you've got a door gunner on each side. Maybe they have an M250 cal, maybe they have the M134 minigun. Or if you're really unlucky, maybe they have the 50 caliber minigun. Technically, it's not even a minigun. That gun is so fucking big, it's just considered a Gatling gun. Which makes a lot of sense because if you get hit with a gun shooting 1,300 rounds of 50 cal per minute at you, the only thing that's gonna be mini is whatever's left of your carbon footprint. And then we have my personal favorite, the Pave Hawk. Designed for combat search and rescue, it is the ultimate medevac. Equipped with an extra gas tank as well as the ability to aerial refuel, it has state-of-the-art everything, from electronics to search and rescue equipment. It also has 2 door gunners typically rocking the M134 miniguns. The Pave Hawk is a shining example of just how versatile the Black Hawk is. Other helicopters like the Chinook can carry troops in and out of battle, and helicopters like the Apache can carry plenty of firepower into the battle. But with the exception of the Black Hawk, there is no helicopter that excels at doing both. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out. We talked about the B-52, let's talk about more fatal bingo. This episode is brought to you by Patriot Beard Supply, where you can find my favorite beard oil, Spent Brass. It's like communism repellent. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about the B-2 Spirit Stealth Bomber. If you don't know what that is, it's the fancy one for the movies that looks like a big spicy Dorito. The B-2 is capable of traveling 6,900 miles on a single tank of fuel, and if that's not enough, it's capable of refueling in the air without ever touching the ground. Meaning that it can leave America, go anywhere in the world, and come back without ever having to land on foreign soil. I'm trying to tell you it's playing a giant game of the metric system as lava and it's winning. But that's not what makes a B-2 special. What makes a B-2 special is how stealthy it is. The B-2 is made out of a graphite composite material that on a molecular level was designed to be lighter than aluminum and stronger than steel. It also absorbs most radar signals and blocks most heat signatures, meaning that this thing is borderline invisible. Which raises a question, how much money does it cost to build an aircraft from the molecule up? These things are $2 billion with a fucking B. And then they cost an additional $135,000 in maintenance for every hour they're in the air. And Uncle Sam has 21 of them. Well, had 21. We lost one in a training accident. Luckily, both pilots survived. They were able to eject out of the dick divot with cockpit. My bad. They were able to escape the cockpit via yeet seat in time. I'm trying to tell you, you better be happy Uncle Sam passed unhealth care for all because there's absolutely no way that your insurance is going to pay for this level of uncare. Now, all that begs the question, how much bang do you actually get for your buck? I'm gonna tell you right now, once the spicy Dorito opens up those double doors, it's gonna unlock the flavor of the sun real quick. You can put all your conventional warheads on foreheads. Nuclear warheads, 8,500-pound warheads, 16 2,400-pound warheads. But what sets the B-2 apart is it specifically had its own warhead designed for it. This is the Massive Ordnance Penetrator, or MOP for short, which is appropriate because this is what Uncle Sam uses to clean in all those hard-to-reach places. The B-2 is capable of carrying 2 of these, and it is a 30,000-pound warhead, capable of penetrating through 180 feet of reinforced concrete or 120 feet of hardened rock. What I'm trying to tell you is even if you somehow saw the B-2 coming, which you wouldn't, but let's just say hypothetically, and you had the bright idea to, quick, let's go hide underneath that fucking mountain, it doesn't matter. All you've managed to do is drag an innocent mountain down with you. You and the mountain are going to get aerosolized. You're going to be reduced to nothing more than an air unfreshener scent. Baloney Mountain Breeze. After a 30,000-pound warhead, there's going to be so little of you left, even the extended car warranty people aren't going to know how to reach you. Just for reference, this warhead is that big. And I know what you're thinking. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll miss. It doesn't work like that. It's not like the movies where they just open the hatch door and let it go. They're not just going to Elsa that shit. This thing's equipped with forehead-seeking technology. This thing is more accurate than your mom with a sandal. Right between the eyes. Every time. In conclusion, ignorance is bliss, and there's not a single cock carb on the dictator. I have to quit messing that up. There's not a single dictator on Earth that can sleep well at night knowing that the B-2 exists. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You can find my merch store as well as all my other links at thefatelectrician.com. So until next time, thanks for your service. Quack bang out.